On the world news, U.S. President Donald Trump pardons ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock defies Thanksgiving travel advice. And South Korean sentences Cho Ju-bin to 40 years jail for sex abuse. Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on Independent Television. I'm Philip Omo-Gyupo. A member of four-man armed robbery gang was yesterday arrested at Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City, while 3 others escaped. Ikpomosa Ogiagbe has details.
That was the scenario at Ihama Road Junction off Airport Road, GRA, Benin City, as residents and motorists gathered to catch a glimpse of the apprehended member of the armed robbery gang. According to an eyewitness and a policeman who arrested the suspect, the armed robbers attacked a motorist and dispossessed him of his car, cash, and belongings. The eyewitness said they trailed the armed robbers until they came across a mobile police team on special patrol and informed them. He said the police engaged the robbers and arrested one of them while the others escaped.
They don't receive them with the rock colors. Now we come before we reach it, they don't fire gun. We're able to get one of them. Then we recover that one, the other one the road.
That man was on the ground, knelt down. The collector is just and collected his money. And they ran into the car, drove away. I just asked him, they don't rob you? He said yes, he carried stone, they stoned the motor. Now I said, no worry. Now I drive them out. Now I follow them, I tell them. I take them to Airport Road. They drove towards Ring Road. They got to some point, they made a U-turn back to Airport Road. Then I turned on golf course and followed them back. They turned in front of Time and Prestige and entered the Ihama. So I followed them to Ihama. When I saw that there was traffic here, I parked my car across the road. And then I started walking towards this side. Luckily, I just saw this policeman.
Usaze Omongiate reports that one locally made gun was recovered from the robbers. Ikmomosa Ugiagbe reporting.
Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Ahmed says the nation's land borders that have been closed since August 2019 may be reopened soon. The minister stated this yesterday while briefing State House correspondents. Agboje Warrior has details.
The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, said the Presidential Committee set up on the matter has completed its job and has recommended the reopening of the borders. She said the committee would soon submit its reports to President Muhammadu Buhari before the formal pronouncement would be made on the matter. The minister did not, however, disclose when the report will be submitted and how soon the land borders will be reopened.
I'm sure you've seen already in the media that the economy in the third quarter 2020 reported a negative growth of minus 3.62%. This is compared to a negative growth of minus 6.1% reported in the second quarter of 2020. This literally is about a 40% improvement over the second quarter. This third quarter report, though a contraction, is much better than we expected, at least the review that was done by the National Bureau of Statistics.
Nigeria had in August 2019 closed its land borders to curtail illegal importation of drugs, small arms and agricultural products into the country from neighboring West African countries. Agboje Warrior reporting.
Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki has reaffirmed his commitment to human capacity development and civil service reforms in the state. He gave the assurance when he played host to some Edo women in diaspora for Godwin Obaseki, who were in Government House on a courtesy visit. Government House correspondent Patience Osaogiwa completes the story.
Before the year 2025, Edo State will develop and grow a digital economy and operate a digital government.
During the second-term inauguration of Governor Godwin Obaseki on the 12th of November 2020, in his speech, he promised to consolidate on previous achievements in human capacity development, civil service reforms, education, agriculture, job creation, and youth employment. Edo in diaspora women for Governor Obaseki are paying a courtesy visit on the governor for the first time on ways to partner with the state government to take Edo to its place of pride. Welcoming Edo women in diaspora in Government House, Governor Obaseki expressed gratitude to all indigenes of Edo in diaspora, particularly the women, for their sacrifices and commitments that led to his victory in the September 19th governorship election. He lamented the decay and injustice in previous elections, which has really affected the country. The state governor thanked voters in the state who voted for him.
What does this victory mean? It means that democracy is being entrenched. We have the force, we have the power to determine who governs us and how we are governed. I think it's that very fact we are establishing. Because growing up, most of us never had it. Somebody could just come in, announce, take over government, and for the next few years, he did what he liked, appointed whoever he wanted to appoint, and nobody could do anything.
Governor Obaseki also reiterated the resolve of his administration to consolidate on infrastructural development.
We will rely on you in this transformation process. But we have to do our own first for you to be able to help us. If our government, our civil service, our bureaucracy does not work, then no matter the ideas, no matter the help, we will not be able to get the full benefits. We are working very hard to transform the civil service and the way government works.
Earlier, Mrs. Adesua Omoyi Obasohan, who led the women on the visit, applauded the state governor on steps taken to take Edo State to higher heights. Mrs. Obasohan informed the state governor on the readiness of 10 medical doctors to partner with the state government on better healthcare service delivery in the state.
We are willing and able to support your administration and thank God for technology that will make it a lot easier for us to engage in Zoom trainings.
The women also presented souvenir to Governor Obaseki in appreciation of his achievements in the state. Patience Osaugiwa reporting.
Residents and traders at Ibiwe community and environs have re-echoed their appeal to Edo State government to urgently put an end to the constant channeling of sewage through the open drains in the area to avoid an epidemic. Amezo Baishagon, who revisited the area, reports that the Ministry of Environment yesterday sealed off 2 public toilets, identified to be major causes of the problem.
In February, the news crew embarked on a fact-finding mission to unravel the cause of the constant overflow and stench emanating from the drains at Ibiwe quarters of Benin City. It was discovered that some persons channel sewage from houses at Igusi Street off 2nd Ibiwe Street into the open drains owing to lack of standard toilets in their houses.
We are not enjoying it. Please. We want the government to come to our aid, to come and help us, to come and meet them up.
The news crew again visited Ibiwe Road and adjoining streets including Igusi, Ofunwegbe, 2nd Ibiwe and parts of Lagos Street in Benin City, and still received the same complaints from residents who decried the pollution, which they say poses serious threat to their health.
They irritate us, in fact, particularly when the rain falls now. You see that people are scared putting legs on the water when it flows to the road, because they know the implication of the death that is inside the water.
We want make government come help us for 2nd Ibiwe, because most of the houses they not get toilets. They want use make Ibiwe people. If you look gutter now, you not go feel look and 2 times.
There is a place around this area here. They do public toilet. So I believe that is where they channel to this place. Smell everywhere. We cannot enjoy this area.
On Edo State government's efforts to address the situation, Permanent Secretary, Edo State Ministry of Environment and Sustainability, Mr. Lucky Wasa, comments.
We've warned them. We've carried out an enlightenment program to the area, but they've not relented. So because of that, what we've now done is serve them at what we call violation notice.
Mr. Wasa immediately swung into action and directed the task force on environmental matters led by Isaac Eru to immediately seal off the public toilets at Ibusi Street, pending the owner's compliance to the existing environmental pollution laws.
At night, some will release water, some will come from some other places to put refuse, but then we will prosecute them. Maybe if one or two pays a heavy fine or is taken to or is sentenced to terms of imprisonment, perhaps there will be a change.
Where's your reception time? Your soak away.
This place is closed today.
According to the current leadership of the Edo State Ministry of Environment, defaulters of the environment laws in Edo State will be charged to court soon if they do not desist from carrying out the act. From Ibiwe community in Oredo local government area of Edo State, Ameze Obai Siagbon reporting.
Over 90 petitions have been received by the Edo State Judicial Panel of Inquiry for victims of SARS and related abuses. At the continued hearing yesterday in Benin City, counsel to petitioners argued their cases, while 3 out of 10 cases were adjourned. Kingsley Uchegbu has more.
The panel commenced the day's proceedings as it gave priority to Stephen Ohimai, a HND student of Auchi Polytechnic, allegedly shot by some military officers in the course of dispersing protesters at Jetu Junction in Auchi during the NSAS protest on 19th October 2020, resulting to the amputation of his left leg. The panel, which earlier stood down the case for an hour to enable petitioners submit evidence and proof of service to the relevant Nigerian Army formations, adjourned hearing to Thursday, 26th November 2020. Counsel to the petitioner, Osaritin Dennis, comment.
The Nigerian Army that we have taken steps to go and serve in Abuja, in Adenebode, in 2nd Division, in Oyo States, came up with the excuse this morning that we still need to go and serve the 4th Mechanized Brigade here in Benin City. We have taken that step too to serve them, and the panel has now ordered that because of the condition of this young man, the hearing must be heard.
Another petitioner, Jerry Gobadia, testified before the panel, alleging that a team of police officers from Edo State Police Command assaulted him and dispossessed him of cash sums and personal belongings. Counsel to the petitioner, Leonard Osawage, tendered pictorial and video clips of the assault on his client. He said, having secured a judgment from a federal high court for the sum of 10 million naira, the Nigerian police force is here to pay the money and prosecute the erring officers. Counsel to the Nigerian police, I.E. Ekibade, appealed to the panel for time to enable him examine and respond accordingly, as he was only served on Wednesday. The application was objected on the grounds that the petition was served on the respondent a month ago. After cross-examination of the petitioner, as insisted by the panel, the police counsel urged the panel to strike out the petition for lack of merit. The matter was closed to enable the panel give its recommendation on 7th December.
We are saying this panel should make a recommendation for appropriate sanctions of these officers and prosecution of these officers who dehumanize our clients, who infringe on his fundamental right, should be sanctioned, and the judgment that we got should be complied with.
Chairman, Media Committee of the panel, Dikin Ralph Okiria, comments on the proceedings.
The panel's activities are going on smoothly. We have received about 90 petitions. By Friday, which is 27th of November, will be the last day for the collection of petition. Therefore, those interested members of the public who want the panel to handle their cases or matters should quickly do so by reaching us latest 4 p.m. on Friday, 27th November 2020.
The panel adjourned hearing on the extrajudicial killing of Benson Obode and an automobile mechanic Saturday Akideno to 1st of December to enable service on the Nigerian police and the Nigerian Army. Also adjourned to 7th December was a matter filed by Dark Communications PLC against hoodlums. Kingsley Uchebu reporting.
The Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele says the Coalition Alliance Against COVID-19 will rehabilitate all the police stations that were damaged in the country as a result of wanton destruction and lootings that followed the recent NSAS protests. Mr. Emefiele, during a press briefing in Lagos, said CACOVID has so far spent 43.27 billion naira on the acquisition of medical equipment and supplies and food palliatives for the vulnerable. among others. The CBN governor noted that the alliance planned to spend 150 billion naira on youth empowerment. He added that to further strengthen the security apparatus in the country, CACOVID has committed to provide over 100 billion naira to procure equipment and gadgets for the Nigerian police force over the next 2 years as their contribution to fully modernize the Nigerian police. You're watching ITV World News. Up ahead, U.S. President Donald Trump pardons ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Note that you can watch ITV on Roku TV in UK, America, Africa, and other parts of Europe. Also on Smart TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. Viewers nationwide on Star Times Channel 130 and Go TV 107. Follow us on our Twitter handle at ITV Radio NG and on YouTube, youtube.com/ITV Radio NG, on website itvradioNigeria.com, and for live streaming, itvradioNigeria.com/live. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/ITV Radio NG, and download ITV app from a mobile Play Store. Stay tuned. U.S. President Donald Trump has pardoned his former National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. The president said the widely expected act of clemency was his great honor. Rosalind Evorame has details.
Mr. Flynn was among former aides to President Trump convicted during a Justice Department investigation into alleged Russian election interference. He admitted in 2017 to lying to the FBI about contact with Russia's envoy, then tried to withdraw his plea. The White House has said that the pardon will finally end the relentless partisan pursuit of an innocent man. In statement, described Mr. Flynn as the victim of partisan government officials engaged in a coordinated attempt to subvert the election of 2016. Mr. Flynn responded by posting a tweet containing a U.S. flag and a biblical verse of Jeremiah 1 verse 19.
It's no surprise his loyalty to Donald Trump has certainly paid off, and expect to see more of these types of pardons for Trump loyalists, no matter how grievous their crimes were.
The retired U.S. Army 3-star Lieutenant General was an early and ardent supporter of Mr. Trump during the 2016 campaign, though he had been a lifelong Democrat before. Mr. Flynn was among the new president's appointee brought in just days after winning the election. The two disagree in many issues, including the advantages of closer ties with Russia, renegotiating the Iran nuclear deal, and combating the threat from Islamic State militants. Meanwhile, a 22-month Justice Department investigation concluded in 2019 was no evidence to establish that Mr. Trump or any of his associates had conspired with the Kremlin to win the 2016 election. Rosalind Evorame reporting.
The Democratic mayor of the U.S. city of Denver has apologized after breaking his own Thanksgiving travel advice. In a message posted to Twitter early on Wednesday, Michael Hancock urged residents to host virtual gatherings and avoid travel if they can to curb the spread of coronavirus. Just hours later, it emerged he had traveled to Mississippi to join his wife and daughter for the holiday. He, however, responded and apologized to the residents of Denver who see his decision as conflicting with the COVID-19 guidelines. Acknowledging his decisions on Twitter, Mr. Hancock said that his wife and daughter were in Mississippi and he decided it would be safer for him to travel to see them, to have two family members travel back to Denver for the holiday. Millions of Americans are traveling home to celebrate Thanksgiving today, despite warnings from health officials amid a significant wave of coronavirus cases and deaths. Germany is seeking an agreement with EU countries to keep ski resorts closed until early January in an attempt to curb the spread of coronavirus. Chancellor Angela Merkel said this after speaking to Germany's regional leaders on ways to curb the further spread of infections in the country. Rosalind Evorame brings details.
The news came as the country extended its partial lockdown until 20 December. Some of the early European coronavirus hotspots were at ski resorts, spreading infections across the continent. Italian Prime Minister has already backed delaying the start of the ski season, but has stressed the need for a European solution. Switzerland is not in the European Union, and unlike other African destinations, its ski resorts are already open. Ski lifts are running with a requirement to wear masks, prompting criticism from World Health Organization COVID-19 envoy David Nabarro. The German government announced the extension of the partial lockdown with stricter rules, limiting private gatherings to 5 people from 2 households coming into effect from next week, although children under the age of 14 are exempted. German leaders have also unveiled plans for Christmas, with meetings of up to 10 people allowed from 23 December until 1st January. Roslyn Evorami reporting.
New global data from UN Women suggests the coronavirus pandemic could wipe out 25 years of increasing gender equality. Women are doing significantly more domestic chores and family care because of the impact of the pandemic. Employment and education opportunities could be lost, and women may suffer from poorer mental and physical health. Ms. Bhatia says the care burden poses a real risk of reverting to 1950s gender stereotypes. Even before the pandemic, it was estimated women were doing about 3/4 of the 16 billion hours of unpaid work that are done each day around the world. In other words, before coronavirus, for every 1 hour of unpaid work done by men, 3 hours was done by women. Sudan's former Prime Minister Sadiq Al-Mahdi has died from coronavirus 3 weeks after being hospitalized in the United Arab Emirates, according to a statement from his family and his National Umma Party. He was hospitalized after 21 members of the Al-Mahdi family contracted the virus in early this month. The 84-year-old Mahdi was Prime Minister in 1989 when he was overthrown in a coup led by former President Omar al-Bashir. A South Korean court has sentenced the mastermind of one of the country's biggest online sex abuse rings to 40 years in jail. Cho Joo-bin was found guilty of running a group which blackmailed girls into sharing sexual videos that were then posted in pay-to-view chat rooms. About 74 people, including 16 underage girls, were exploited. At least 10,000 people used the chat rooms, with some paying up to £1,000 for access. It said Cho was found guilty of violating laws to protect children from sexual abuse and for running a criminal ring which produced and sold abusive videos in order to make a profit. 5 other defendants have received sentences ranging from 7 to 15 years. And now to sports, where football legend Diego Maradona has passed away at the age of 60 after suffering from a cardiac arrest. In this special report, sports correspondent Emerson Edosa takes a look at the life at times of the football legend.
Maradona, a football coach with Gimnasia in his country Argentina, was hospitalized early in November, days after celebrating his 60th birthday. He was subsequently discharged from hospital as he continued his recovery in his home in northern Buenos Aires. He died on Wednesday morning after he suffered a cardiac arrest. Diego Maradona will be remembered for his hand-of-God goal for Argentina against England in the 1986 World Cup, which qualified Argentina for the semi-finals and also won the cup for the second time. Nigerian football fans will not forget the former world best player for his football tricks that helped the country record victory against the Super Eagles in the 1994 World Cup group stage match. Maradona was later sent home after he failed a drug test, which later ruined his football career. The Argentine football legend resurfaced as a fan when the Super Eagles squared against Argentina in the last edition of the FIFA World Cup in Russia 2018 and was also sanctioned by FIFA for his wrong finger gesture. Maradona will be remembered as one of the greatest footballers ever, and his struggles with drugs throughout his career. Diego Maradona scored 34 goals in 91 appearances for Argentina and was captain when Argentina won the FIFA World Cup in 1996. He played for Barcelona and Napoli, winning 2 Serie A titles with the Italian side. The president of Argentina, Alberto Fernandez, has declared 3 days of national mourning for the football legend. Emerson Edosa reporting.
3 days of national mourning have begun in Argentina after Maradona died on Wednesday at the age of 60. His body will be laid in state at the Casa Rosada, the seat of the Argentina government during that time. In his tribute, former Tottenham midfielder Ardiles, who played alongside Maradona in the 1982 World Cup, said he was a god in Argentina, in Naples, and all around the world. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola also said Maradona made world football better.
He is eternal, and here Diego will continue to be history. He made us known all over the world.
I want to cry. I really want to cry. Argentina's gone. Argentina died today.
He made the world football better. His performance in, what had done in Napoli, a team for the South, and especially the national team in Argentina, Mexico, '86, was something unbelievable.
A post-mortem examination was due to take place on Maradona's body later at his home in Tigre near Buenos Aires. The Vatican said Pope Francis, an Argentine and a football fan, would be remembering Maradona in his prayers. No doubt the world will miss him greatly, and may his soul rest in peace. To end the world news, look again at the top stories. U.S. President Donald Trump has pardoned his former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. Also brought you the story that the Democratic mayor of the U.S. city of Denver has apologized after breaking his own Thanksgiving travel advice. And finally, a South Korean court has sentenced the mastermind of one of the country's biggest online sex abuse rings to 40 years in jail. And that makes it on the World News on Independent Television. Thanks for watching. I'm Philip Omo-Gupo. Good afternoon.
Independent Television News, truly independent.
The Best Brains, in conjunction with Independent Television and Radio, presents 2020-2021 Post-UTME Use of English Conference. Theme: Nothing but Success in Post-UTME Use of English.
My name is Akinbode Sunday Johnson. I am the author of the famous Dandy English Lexis and Structure, which is very much well known to you in Benin here. I shall be in Benin for the program organized by the Best Brains. See you at the center.
Oh yes, Use of English covers 60% in major Nigerian universities post-university matriculation examination, UME. And here comes a conference in which potential post-UTME candidates will be groomed extensively in use of English by seasoned use of English tutors and lecturers. Date: 24 to 28th November 2020. Day 1 to 3 intensive lectures. Day 4 examination. Day 5 cash prizes for first, second and third best students. Time: 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Venue: Newton Avenue, the road beside Christ Apostolic Church, opposite University of Benin, Ugbo, Benin City. For inquiry, please call the Best Brains on 0803 836 3392 or 0816 816 1153, or call Independent Television and Radio on 0703 207 3819.
This program is open for sponsorship. Tickets for the conference are available at 5,000 Naira each at Independent Television and Radio, Glass House, Airport Road, Benin City, or Independent Television at Ewosa Oluku, Benin City, or number 38 Ekenwon Road, opposite General Oil, Benin City.
Support for this program should be channeled to Ehiosu Esige, Union Bank PLC, account number 011-476-1441. This program is proudly supported by Easy Permit Services, a travel agency that focuses on study abroad visas, visitor visa, and full relocation services. Situated at 15 Delta Crescent, GRA, the street opposite Market Square, Sapele Road, Benin City. For inquiries, call 0808-819-3209 or 0903-0009-171.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
All right, wonderful people. Now another Thursday afternoon, like we do every Thursday and every other working days of the week, we bring to you carefully selected musical videos. What Thursday is now iLife musical videos we give you. The 26th day inside November 2020, our time worker, the time don't they go now. We must continue to celebrate, we must continue to enjoy ourselves, we must continue to entertain ourselves, and most importantly, we must continue to educate ourselves upon all the matters we done the day on top of us for this country. And you know, music now one thing we not go feel underestimate, we not feel begin to talk the power of music inside this program because time will fail us. But me and you don't know, say good music now the food of the soul, and any soul we eat music, that's so they deadly, and we must continue to avoid such persons inside our life. The playlist, as it always be every Thursday, the day juicy, and that one will calm you down, make you take good decisions at every given time. Inside the playlist, we will get some brand new videos, and we will get old videos, and very wonderful one at that. And the dance steps with this song, you go, and I will tell you go like, and as with the drum every Thursdays. I must continue to make you feel relaxed at all times, making you have the best of entertainment, whether you like them or not. We must do them and we must give them to you on top of this platform. All right, inside the playlist today, the very first one we did the playlist, they come from one dynamic singer, female singer, one woman where don't take music like life. She see music as life. Yeah, the first time me and her talk about her music life and the music industry, she talks say, no music, no person like her. If she not the music feed, but if music not the she not fears this. So we talk about one dynamic lady who now Conscience Igirobo, and she titled this one, Words Are Not Enough. If we look the kind of life we they live as human beings, you go just day, person move from here, person move from here. But you day alive, you they keep hope alive, they come out hand for bad thing. When you reason say you sleep, you wake up. Reason is day to thank Baba God. But she don't talk now, say words not there enough to thank him. Which other thing we go add to take thank him? We will dance now, Abi. All right, we could take him from Conscience Igirobo. She titled Words Are Not Enough. And also, look, I make you know, so inside the program today, we're going to talk to one of our very wonderful dynamic producer and singer. Who are we talking about? Wonderful Osarbo Dixie Igbinosu, where we know as 24-bit. Yeah, now one man, we don't carve niche for himself, and as far as music production is concerned, this man don't get him right, and we must continue to thank him. We're going to chat with him inside. The reason is music.